When she reached the radio, there was no explanation. The voice that had woken her up wasn't one she recognized. It didn't sound like anyone she knew. It was deep, baritone, and seemed to come from nowhere, as if it existed in the space between the walls and her mind. It left her shaken, unable to dismiss it. Still, she couldn't allow herself to believe it was something paranormal. Maybe it was just exhaustion or a trick of the mind. As time passed, the medics moved on from the old building. The hospital had changed hands, and they were reassigned to other units around the area. But the memories lingered, and every now and then, Mom would run into old colleagues who had worked with her there. They would meet casually, sometimes over a drink, and chat about their experiences. One evening, as they sat in a local bar with the security team who had watched over them, the conversation turned to the flashlight. Lauren, always the skeptic, mentioned the strange happenings during their shifts, the flashlight moving through the halls each night. The security guards, who had patrolled the building during the nights, looked puzzled. They weren't sure what the medics were talking about, and they seemed genuinely confused. But then the older guard, the one with more years on the job, leaned in and began to share a story that made the hairs on the back of Mom's neck stand up. The story of the doctor who had worked at the hospital many years ago, long before the building was abandoned, began to unfold. This doctor had lived in the hospital, caring for the miners and workers, and often worked through the night. He had a cot set up in the sick bay, and it was here, during one of his shifts, that he passed away quietly in his sleep. The doctor never clocked out, so to speak. According to the guard, the doctor's spirit lingered in the building, continuing his rounds even after his death. Follow for Part 4.